What details do we have on this deal?
Yeah, Joumanna, this is an important step for Ghana and really for international bondholders, especially in the African region. So as you mentioned, of course, this was a deal reached by the Eurobond holders, and we know that that includes Aberdeen, Neuberger Berman, and also Greylock Capital Management. And what we heard is that, yes, they are planning to take this haircut that's almost 40% off face value of these bonds. But this is an important step in Ghana. This is an important step for Ghana in terms of figuring out and resolving many of their debt issues that they've been struggling with. We had seen earlier this year the holdup between the official creditor committee and international bondholders because there wasn't an agreement about the comparability of treatment. Now that we do have this step in investors agreeing to this and taking this haircut, this begins the process of Ghana then resolving their debt potentially by the end of the year. And then we get started again with the discussion with the official creditor committee, which is an important group of investors in order to resolve Ghana's debt issues.
Yeah, well, I was going to say this isn't the end of it, right? So what happens next as part of these negotiations? What's the next step?
Right. It's important, Joumanna, as you mentioned, because we've seen Ghana and Zambia go through similar treatments, but there has been several snags that have been happening along the way, especially when it comes to Ghana. Now, the official creditor committee, which is the majority of bondholders for Ghana, are going to meet and discuss really what happens next and how they plan to then address their own issues with the bond. So we heard from them on Monday after we got this initial news, and we heard them say that it's a good basis for consultation of the official creditor committee members in order to provide promptly the collective assessment of the official creditor committee regarding the comparability of treatment. In other words, and now they will go to the table and discuss what happens next. We're also going to wait to hear from the IMF because this was an important step in order for Ghana to unlock the deal with the IMF in order to resolve their debt issues. We're going to wait to hear from the IMF later this week to see where they stand in terms of how this gets Ghana closer to some of the terms of the IMF's deal, and really then how does that unlock the $3 billion that Ghana is waiting anxiously for.